Alright guys, I've got the tent set up, sleeping bag, sleeping pad, camera gear, and all of that stuff inside. The only thing that's left to go inside is my backpack with cooking supplies. But one thing I do have to do, or one thing I'd really like to do, because I'm on this really sharp granite style rock and there is rain in the forecast, I have to put the ground sheet underneath the tent. I didn't put it underneath while I was setting the tent up because the wind was blowing around really hard. There's nowhere to get anchors into this rock, so I had to use all of these rocks as anchor points, and I didn't want this to rip. So I'm gonna basically slide it underneath the tent right now. It's not as difficult as you might think. Let the wind kind of fan this out. It's just a rectangle, so what I'm gonna do is take one hook and slide it underneath of the tent body, hook it onto where it needs to, and then continue that pattern all the way around. I do this quite often actually on a lot of tents, and it just seems to be a little easier on certain models to just hook that on like that, and then I just simply slide this underneath of the tent and continue going around. So I'm going to do the top end, and then I'll slide it underneath and do the bottom end. Get this ground sheet on there to protect the tent floor from when I'm inside. There are big patches of moss on this rock, so that is helping pad it. I also have all the stuff sacks, the tent bag, and all of that stuff underneath of my sleeping pad, just to give it a little bit more cushion so it's not going to puncture on this rock. So I'm going to get this squared away, and then it's going to be time to cook up a coffee, either on this side or the back side. I have to test out to see where the wind's coming from. Right now it's kind of all over. I could scrounge up some more of these rocks also and do it outside, which would actually be really refreshing. Put my back up against a rock maybe and do a little cooking area there. So let's get this strapped in ahead of the rain just in case it comes in. right, guys, I've got my cup of hot coffee right now. I'm kind of ducked on the back side of the tent. Honestly, the wind's kind of all over the place right now, so what I've done is opened up both doors just to minimize the risk of the tent actually being blown away. It's anchored down pretty tightly, but as long as there's wind going through the tent, it's not a problem. Later on, when I close the outside doors, the wind will go up over the tent. It's only an issue when there's one door open, because then it literally creates a pocket for the air to go in like a wind sail, and it wants to go. So we've got the tent wide open right now, hot coffee. I've got an epic, beautiful view of all these little tiny spruce trees popping up in the distance of all these rolling hills and the thick fog. The silhouettes of the trees is absolutely incredible. The earth right now is vibrant, lush green. Cool breeze coming through. It's almost to that point where I need to put my jacket on, but it's not terribly cold. I'm just enjoying it drying out. My backpack's almost dry, my pants are almost dry. I've been kneeling down in the moss every now and then, but as you guys can see, this one's soaked, this one's almost dry. My shoes are almost dried, so being out in the wind and this breeze is actually beneficial right now. So I'm going to enjoy my coffee and probably just relax for a little bit. It was quite strenuous hiking to this location. A lot of uphills, downhills, quite a long trail. And now that I'm out here, I just want to enjoy it. So there's no campfire on this trip, too windy, don't really need the fire. And then honestly, there's not a lot of wood around here. There's a lot of green trees, but not a whole lot of dead trees to burn. It would just be foolish to have a campfire with this kind of wind. And it's not needed, like I said. So I'm gonna chill out here. This view is awesome, I love this. Enjoy my coffee, so cheers guys. I'll catch up with you shortly after. All right guys, I just finished up with my coffee and just kind of chilling, relaxing inside of the tent. The fog is starting to lift. It's kind of coming in massive waves. So off to this side of the tent, it's starting to clear. This side and behind me is actually still quite foggy. There is a lake off in this direction, which I can barely make out with my eyes. It's down quite a bit of elevation, so I can't see a whole lot of it, but there's a glimmer of it there. This fog is gonna come back in super thick though, I've got a feeling. And the winds in this area are going to be constant all night long, which is beautiful. I love the breeze coming through here. And this configuration with the tent, the way I've got it configured right now, is actually really, really good with the ventilation. There's a lot of air coming in and out, drying things out. And it's just a really awesome feeling being able to look all around this eerie, ominous, foggy, moody landscape. Absolutely incredible. I love landscapes like this. So I'm going to chill out for a little bit and just kind of relax and take it all in. All right guys, it's been probably about 2 hours since last time I went inside the tent to relax. As you guys can see, I'm fully suited up. It is much colder and the wind is starting to push through a lot more. It's getting close to evening time too, so I really do got to get cooking some dinner. I'm cold, I'm hungry, I'm dry, but I need to get this stuff done because there is a little bit of a mist precipitation in the air, and I don't want to be outside like this if it does start raining while I'm trying to cook. So I want to get all my cooking stuff set up right out next to the Trangia, get that fueled up and start cooking, and then duck inside of the tent if it does start raining. But I think we'll be able to bang this out right before the rain. So I want to get started right away on some hot food.